Hello, my name is Sharon Sand, and I'm the chair of Altadena Heritage. This year we're doing something different for the holiday season and our annual meeting, and this is one of those events. Altadena Heritage member Elisa Callow is the author of the wonderful cookbook, Urban Forager, which explores the culinary heritage of LA's East Side. We asked her to share some of her recipes with us for the holidays, and she joined with Altadena chef Onil Chibas to bring us this cooking demonstration from his kitchen on Washington Boulevard. Altadena Heritage is also holding an online auction of items created in Altadena, books from local authors, beautiful items from Altadena artists. There you can find a copy of Elisa's book, and Onil has also kindly donated a delivered meal for two from his great Wonderful Wednesdays food delivery service. We invite you to join Altadena Heritage as a member and celebrate the cultural, creative, and culinary heritage of our wonderful town by going to altadenaheritage.org. If you haven't done so yet, go to the auction site to make a bid and pick up a great locally sourced gift for the holidays. Also, our 2020 holiday party is tonight at 7 p.m. If you haven't registered yet, please go to altadenaheritage.org and sign up for our Zoom event. We really look forward to seeing you. And now, in homage to the Great British Baking Show, here is the Great Altadena Baking Show with Onil Chibas and Elisa Callow.
Hello, my name is Onil Chibas, and I'm the owner of Deluxe 1717. And we are here to make some holiday treats.
Hi, I'm Elisa Callow. I live in Altadena, and I love it. I'm also the author of The Urban Forager, a cookbook about cooking and exploring the food of the East Side. I'm also a good friend of Onil Chibas. We are in his beautiful dining area and kitchen, and we'll be experimenting with cookies and a gorgeous recipe called Cremo. The cookies are the Almond Angel cookies, and Onil's going to be playing with them in multitudes of ways. Thanks.
Hi, we're here in Onil's kitchen. It is November 5th, so if you hear any nervousness in my voice, you know why. This morning, it's a really good idea to make cookies, I think. And these cookies are really simple. It requires no great cooking ability, and I really mean this. So we're going to make some. We also have some ready, just like a real cooking show. That's where Onil takes over, but I'm going to show you how you make these. So you have 1 1/3 cups almonds, and notice they're not even blanched. And the almonds were purchased from the wonderful nut house down the street, very close by to Altadena. Buy your nuts there. Okay, that's the end of that commercial. 1 1/2 cups of sugar.
Oh, okay.
Lots of sugar, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And 3 egg whites, which I've done ahead of time so I don't screw it up. And you just pour those in too.
Oh, so you don't have to process the nuts first?
No, why should
good
you
to-
do that when you don't want to? Here, act like you
Thank you.
There, it's disappeared. The other thing you do is add a full teaspoon of vanilla
Oh.
and a full teaspoon of almond extract. Now this is a little bit more, it's a little heavier, but it does the same thing. Okay. Boy, that was really difficult, wasn't it? Okay, so now they're gone. And then you have to go over here. This is the really hard part. This is the area you can make your one mistake. I'm kidding. You just turn on your food processor. So you can see it's just this kind of gooey little mixture. It smells really good, doesn't it? It's got a kind of almondy, vanilla-y thing going with it. Lots of sugar. So this is also amazingly easy. A little hint, don't put a lot on. These things grow, you'll see in a minute. So you just take like, not even a teaspoon, but just get a little messy. Let's just make a tiny bit here because we have some ready made. If you want to, you can also consider these a plate for other delicious things, almost like a crust, a very sweet crust, but fantastic. And Onil's going to show you how to do that. And again, you don't want to make these super big because they are going to grow. But do you want to do it, Onil? You just, I can tell you're just leaning over here. I'm going to get over the way and Onil's going to do one because he's very good at this.
So I'm just going to make one the size that you were making. So about a half a teaspoon?
Well, just a little one. Yeah, you could do a small one.
Okay, and you space them then pretty far apart
Yeah.
because they're going to spread a little bit.
Yeah, you'll see in a second how incredibly large they are.
Well, it's amazing.
And it's such a lovely batter, isn't it?
And it comes together so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to stick
And so
it
do
in
you have
the
to spread
fridge.
them out much, or they
No,
just
leave it
kind of do
alone.
that?
Leave it alone. Just clean up your mess. And then you can do some lovely little decorative things.
So you're putting just some
roasted almonds. that
Okay,
are
some
bland.
slivered almonds.
Yeah,
that
don't
were
put, and now you can put
bland.
the cherries on, which we'll talk about. But one of our favorite things, one of the most expensive things you can do if you really want to show off, are these Luxardo original maraschino cherries. So Onil, because he loves them, is going to do these two, which is putting a little cherry in the center.
Or cherry on top.
And cherry on that and cherry on that. You'll see that again, it's just such a nothing to do this.
Oh, this is great, but they're gonna look. Oh,
That's okay. That's because it's a real show and not a pretend one.
oh.
Okay, so. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and I'm going to just very carefully go under and loosen them off the parchment paper. Do not try baking these on an oil baking sheet or half sheet. You'll cry.
So they need to be on some parchment paper. Just
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Great to know.
And look how easily they come up. Right, now I'm going to put this one back in just because it's really not done enough. It's kind of too fragile,
Yeah.
but this is what it should look like.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll be ready to go. Onil, are you?
This gives me a lot of ideas. I think what I would like to do is imagine these as an ice cream sandwich.
Woohoo!
And I got some really nice ice cream. So I think these would be good with coffee. Another idea I think that would be very good with these delicious cookies is to make it the crunch part of a dessert. So I have made a chocolate crème, and it's basically a very easy to make chocolate pudding, essentially. I'm going to have this as the chocolatey portion of the dessert. I've put a few little scoops in here to get that started. We want to have a creamy component to our dessert, so a little bit of whipped heavy cream. It has a little sugar and a little bit of whipped cream. Okay, so let's get a little dollop of whipped cream.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
It's a good thing I didn't eat much this morning.
and then let's take one of the.
How about the one with chocolate? Because you
Yeah.
have chocolate in there.
Put a little
too.
chocolatey cookie.
Yeah, with the one
We'll
with chocolate.
put that there. Little. And I think then maybe some raspberries for color here and there. Maybe a couple of blueberries. And this is kind of a simple dessert that that you can pull together quickly. Inclusion mint.
You know what I like about this idea is it looks really gorgeous and complicated, but the cremeux you can make the day before.
Absolutely.
These cookies last at least 2 weeks if you put them in an airtight container. So really you could have all this stuff done and look like a little genius.
So I love these big cookies that Elisa's made, and it gives me an idea for another dessert. And we're going to make a pavlova of sorts, since these are a meringue. So since we are in Altadena, we're going to rename it. We're going to call it the Altalova. So that's a joke. So we're going to put a little cream down first, just to hold the cookie in place, so it doesn't slide. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take just a nice dollop of,
Nice, 2 dollops.
a couple of dollops of this wonderful cream, and we're just going to kind of make a little well here, go all around. And then we're going to take some of this delicious passion fruit curd and just put a nice big spoonful in the center, like that. And then we're going to, again, take some nice berries. And you can use whatever kinds of fruit that you have. You could use persimmons, just anything that's seasonal.
Well, talk about the flavor profile, so Neil, of almondy, kind of a very
So it's a very
almondy
almondy cookie. I mean, and so because of that, it's kind of delicious but neutral. It can work with chocolate. It can work with fruit. It can work with passion fruit. It can work with berries. And I think that to have something that's so versatile in cream is just terrific. So I think we just, this doesn't have to be perfect, so just a few berries scattered here and there. Also, what might be nice is a little bit of powdered sugar, just to make it. And let's see, what else could we put on here? Maybe a little bit of mint, just for garnish. And this is also a place where you could, if you had a sauce, it would be very nice as well. Maybe like a raspberry sauce or something like that. So maybe just a little bit of mint here, something like that.
Okay, so the last thing I would suggest playing around with is a Jackson Pollock cookie. And my grandson, who's 7, loves this part of baking because you make a huge mess. You take just semi-sweet chocolate and melt it over a double boiler or in your microwave until it's liquidy, and you just do this, and you create these really beautiful kind of chocolatey toppings for these cookies, which also taste great with almonds. But look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So